industry started deciding what kind of cotton should grow. Does that mean that the industry does not need Indian cotton at all is a question that we pondered, and we went around and asked many industries who are running mills. And they said, no, we actually need Indian cotton because Indian cotton is typically sold in a discounted rate. That is, there is at least a 25% discount rate. If the American cotton is 50 rupees per kg, Indian cotton is 40 rupees per kg. And they said, see, for example, for home furnishing, be it a sofa cushion cover or a screen and all that, we need coarse cotton because we are making longer staple. We need shorter staple lengths, and that is what we need. And if we can get a 25% discount on our input material, then we are at an advantage. We don't have to use fine cotton to make coarse material. It is actually using a Plymouth or a BMW car for loading and unloading purpose or logistic purpose. But we are looking for Indian cotton we are not able to get. But when you go to the farmers and you ask, why are you not growing Indian cotton? They reeled out a number of reasons. One, it is too small. Two, it is like it does not yield on par with BT cotton. So those were some of the issues which they had suggested to us, and we started looking out. So basically what the industry told is there is a demand-supply mismatch. If there is an aggregator for Indian cotton, there is a market for it. But they were looking at very discounted price. At the same time, the experiment was conducted. I mean, it was a very long experiment, I should say, in Bhuj, where they kind of revived one variety of Indian cotton called the Kala cotton. This Kala cotton was sent to what you call industry, fashion designers, and a whole lot of people saying, here is the advantages of it. There is no water used in cultivating this Kala cotton. And therefore, like this has to be a premium. The workers put a lot more effort, and they were able to position it at even a global stage. Today, it is a rage to amongst fashion designers to work on Kala cotton. We said, can't we do the same in Tamil Nadu? So in Tamil Nadu, there is a particular variety of cotton called as Karangani cotton, which has been growing for the last 700, 800 years actually. So we did a survey in the southern districts of Tamil Nadu, which the Madurai soil itself is called as black cotton soil. It is very loamy, rich in minerals, and it can, during a drought or during the summer season itself, it will break into cracks. Cracks will be so deep that you can put your hand up to your elbow. That's the depth of a crack actually. And we realized that this plant was growing very nicely in those areas, and many farmers continued to grow it. And we asked them, why are you growing this cotton? They said, this is the only crop which comes during a dry period, that is typically April, May, and often we run out of fodder for our animals. And therefore, we use this cotton as a fodder because this has an extreme drought tolerant capability. So we thought there is something going on here, and we tried to work through that. Then we realized some of the other advantages of our Indian cotton, especially the Karangani cotton, which is often used as the intercrop. I mean, it is intercropped basically. It is grown with either coriander and Bengal gram, or sometimes with chili also. So if you look at the total yield from the land, it is much better. And also as a climate portfolio, as a response to climate risk, this is a much better strategy than to grow a single crop, which is BT often actually. And not only that, the seeds of cotton are much more. It is actually the main product in cotton farming is actually cotton seeds rather than lint, because cotton seeds weigh 2/3 of the total volume of cotton actually, total weight of cotton, and only 1/3 is lint actually. And the cotton seed from these traditional varieties are ground and milk is extracted, and it is sold in the streets of Madurai, and is a very nutritious supplement. And the fodder which is used is generally used to rear the Jallikattu bulls. And even today, people say like this is far more nutritious. And industry also agrees that the milk from the Desi cotton has much more protein content compared to Indian cotton. So we thought like, oh, this is something very fascinating, and maybe we should start working on it. We started encouraging farmers to grow. But before that, we had to get the seeds, but there were no seeds which were available except for some traditional seeds grown here and there. And that too as a response to fodder shortage. And so we approached the university, and we went to the Koilpatti Research Station, which is part of Tamil Nadu Agriculture University. They alone have a separate center in Tamil Nadu for Desi cotton. So they gave us a handful of seeds, and at that time, that seed was a denotified seed. A seed is denotified because of various reasons, and in this case, it was because like the yield was not great, and it had a color hue. It used to be yellow in color actually, and they felt there is no economic value in this, and if at all there is, it is negative actually. So, but we persisted because like cotton seeds are also used as fodder. We could distribute these seeds, basically saying these are fodder and used for fodder. And if the farmers grow, that is their choice, which farmers were doing. So they were raising cotton not only as a what you call as a cash crop, but also as a fodder crop. So that helped us to popularize the cotton. I mean, with very limited farmers, we started working. At the same time, there was what you call some of our good friends who were more our mentors in this area. They had started an initiative where they were doing a seed to garment at a limited level. And they said they had huge problems with regard to spinning of this cotton variety, because the industry used this only for blending with American cotton and not for using it as a standalone. So we took up that challenge and we started working on spinnability of this cotton. So first we tried to make yarn. Initially they said it cannot be made into yarn. Then we made yarn. Then they said the count is very less. It is only 20s count and therefore we cannot use it. It can be at max used only for bed sheets and bed covers like that. Then when we made 40s count yarn, they said, oh, this is probably good enough for pant material, but not for fine things. Then we started making 60s count, which was quite a stretch because from a 20s count, staple length of say 20 to 22 making a 60s count is quite difficult. But when we made 60s count, they said, this is good, but then the drape and fall is not all that great. Finally, we started making t-shirts, and that kind of made people quiet, is what I would say.